quick one, but just wanted to share a trade that I took today in the option segment. Generally, I'm very cautious while sharing anything on the option segment because it's a high risk segment. But just sharing this quick analysis on how this has helped and how uh, you know anyone who has the right skills or at least plans to hone the right skills can really make uh, significant amount of progress, not just in terms of money but also in terms of understanding of the markets. Before we begin, I do want to share that a lot of concepts and the wordings that I use are from my learnings from the various channels. One of such channels is the Inner Circle Trader. I've seen him trading e-mini futures in the US markets. But again, those concepts are borrowed, and I get a lot of inspiration and motivation from what he does. I have tried to apply that to the Indian markets, and it works significantly well with certain modifications that we have to do, because obviously our markets are not 24 hours, and we have to make good amount of adjustments to those concepts. So sharing what I did today, of course with evidences of the actual trades taken, because I'm sure a lot of people love to see it being uh, taken and proven, rather than just conceptually telling after the event. uh, just as a disclaimer, obviously I'm sharing the trade taken after the event and not real time, because I respect uh, the SEBI regulations, and I do not want to attempt to influence anyone's decision to buy or sell on a particular day. But when we began the day, I was bullish and I was only looking for long trades. Uh, this is where the markets opened, and before the markets opened, if I go back on a daily chart, I was looking at this particular area. Now, why I have marked this area specifically is because I see that the institutions had earlier bought in this region. There was a good amount of movement, one-sided movement. It was fully directional, and the hope whenever we get such a one-sided movement is that the institutions would want to drop back into that level and give us a particular price bounce, and they would want to come back and rebalance that particular uh, area of liquidity. And now the concept behind that is very simple, that for every green candle that is going directional, we need to have either a consolidation in that area, or we need to have a red candle countering that area. That's when we would say that the institutions have played both the side of the price. Again, this is very less in terms of the time that I get to explain it, but that's the baseline concept. If I drop down to a 5 minute, which is basically my execution time frame, uh, rather my analysis time frame, is I'm inside an area where I'm expecting the institutions would want to take the price away from it. And if we see that the markets come back, I was tracking this particular low. I wanted to see this particular low being defended, but it did not. And we eventually made one low here and a swing high here, and eventually we went and took the sell side here, which is basically taking the liquidity of whoever was long from here. They would have been right, and that liquidity was taken. And then I saw this particular swing high being broken with a good amount of speed and agility. um, does that mean I bought immediately here? Absolutely not. Generally I don't buy at levels which are at breakout. So if we put a range around here, you will see that I have two ranges. Let me take this off, and you will see that I have two ranges around here, the 62% fib levels and the zero point 0.5, which is the half of that range. Now only after the price comes back into that range which is this 1 o'clock candle, I decided to take on a long entry with the target being only this particular high on the 5 minute and right above that. So if I go into the 1 minute time frame, uh, this is where the entry was at 1:04 p.m. right on that candle when it dropped. I had an entry on the long side. I sold a 21 500 put at a price of about 49. I'll post screenshots of that, of the actual trade taken today. And from here I was only aiming for this particular uh, buy side liquidity. People who were short here would have been wrong, obviously, if my analysis was right, and they were being taken on here with this move up. And I think right on this candle at, I think at about 2:09 p.m. I took a part book profit of about 75% of what I had bought here, and then I moved my stop loss very close to these levels, because any downturn I did not want to get hurt, because I had booked 75% and 25% was remaining on the board. But eventually in these candles somewhere, I think I got stopped out pretty early. Not sure of the time, but the screenshot I post here should be making that clear. Now, obviously, to prove the fact that I did take the trade, I also traded it in paper trading on TradingView. And if you see, there is a buy of 4 lots at 21,709 right on that drop, and there is a sell of 4 lots on 21,768. Here in paper trading I don't do a part book, but in my actual trades I did a part book and then waited to see if it does want to go any higher. But it did go a little bit, but eventually it got dropped by the end of the day somewhere here, right? So these are the paper trade executions. From a standpoint of earning, or generally people, now of course 90% of the traders lose money, but the 10% that do make, if you see the number of points from here to only this particular range, from here to here, that is close to 50-55 points. Even if you buy a single index futures lot, that would be 2,500 rupee Indian rupees in its own right. So that's basically what trading can do. Again, it's not a daily thing. You can do it with the right amount of skills, but the focus should be on skills and the money will follow, is what I've learned in this process. You can take a million courses, but until you drop into the reality of it, it will be very difficult. In terms of the executions that I did on my platform, I'll share a screenshot of this here, somewhere here, so that you can view it across on the entire video. So that's all I had to cover today. I hope this was insightful, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, I wish you good luck, a very happy new year, and good investing. Bye bye.